Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today the topic I'm going to talk about is Stoicism and the demon within us. What is this demon I'm going to talk about? Is the voice in my head, is voice in our head. Whenever we do things in our life, there's all of a sudden an inner voice comes to your head and redirect you to do something different and question you. That's the demon we're going to talk about it, how to control that voice. What is this demon? In the Stoic philosophy, our inner demon is the divine voice of reason. When you ask yourself a question, it will be the demon that will answer it first. The Stoics encourage this practice as it helps us to understand yourself. How does one go about this? By asking yourself questions about whatever given situation the cosmos has put you in. This idea of the demon first appeared with Socrates and his philosophy. He was famous for always listening to the voice inside the head. This demon of his would tell Socrates when to stop whenever you are debating or we are debating the multitude of academics and politicians in Athens. Socrates noted that there was a need to define two key terms, mainly the topic of what we are talking about. It is now common practice to define our terms before we progress into discussion. The purpose is to avoid confusion and frustration. We have all been into a situation where both us can have interlocutor and have lost the original topic of the debate. The problem being one of them definitions of semantics. Socrates had a reputation for stopping at the right time. The demon of Socrates, the divine gifts from Zeus within every human being. Socrates was the first in my understanding to see the value of mastering the little voice inside our heads. The Stoics adopted a lot of teachings of Socrates. The one we are interested in is the idea of demon. So, why did the Stoics adopted this idea? The main theory that the Stoics thought of a mind is a gift of Zeus, blessed with the reason not found anywhere else in nature. As Epictetus, the forefather of CPT, saying that discourages any animal blessed with the reason of Zeus will is the nature governed by other animal without said reason. A dog cannot command a human. Okay, now I would like to talk about the purpose of demon within the context of Stoic philosophical discourse. This purpose is to master your inner dialogue, to train your mind, to view your guide, your mentor through your life. The idea of this philosophical mindset and its benefits, it also illustrates that the Stoics' philosophical life consists essentially in mastering one's inner discourse. Everything is an individual life depends on how he represents or presents themselves to himself. In other words, he tells them to control the inner dialogue or let it flow along with it. And it is also an excellent point about the way we comprehend the impressions we see all around us. It's not things that trouble us. That's our judgment about things. The value of judgments we create to our inner discourse and the judgment are the main reason of emotions within our head or within our mind. One should be very mindful of that. Hyponemata, hyponemata is how we connect our mind and demon. Journaling, writing down the thoughts and emotions and ideas that we wrestle with. This practice has great and lasting benefits. Your thoughts become clear, the mind is free from jargon and chaos that society imposes in your head. Philosophy and the practices help with that, as I like to remind myself what the philosophy says is to prevent the mind from drowning into a sea of ignorance. The ancient philosophers that talked about practice of working with your inner demon. Hypomnemata is the name of the practice. Many citizens of Rome engage in this. The essence of practice is very simple. Keeping a notebook with quotes in your hand to capture your thoughts and the impressions of the day. Enlightened is the incremental process, hence, the reason for a way to capture your thoughts. Philosophy is a lifelong pursuit, a way of life, the mind trying to understand its existence. Look within, and you will find happiness and fulfillment. First, listen to yourself. Apart from journaling, which are mentioned above, this is another practice that I have found particularly hard, and the simple ones are the ones we struggle to master. It is simply listen to yourself. To repeat the dogmas to oneself, or write them down, or retreat yourself, your mind, it is where you will find your own formulas. It is the place where you can renew yourself. Always listen and also be an active listener to yourself. Try to sympathize yourself. It is also an illustration to us with the help of Marcus about the importance of retreating into yourself. Refocus the mind and the thoughts within to analyze under the lens of Stoicism. This lens is the way the mind strips away the value judgments to see things for what they are. To sum this up, our judgment can be misguided if it is not grounded in reason. In educated thoughts, one must first pause for a moment and seek counsel without thoughts. I'm talking about inner demon. So what's the conclusion I'm coming with is the most influential impact we can have in our own life is to train ourselves to master our inner thoughts and voices. If you can imagine yourself doing it, we can be very much capable of acting it out to the end, and you must be mindful of the thoughts that entertain in your imagination. Stoicism and other schools of philosophy will help the life of the mind, will help the health of the mind. Remember, however, that we must read to learn something of value, otherwise, the mind will not retain the information. Without the philosophical knowledge, our views, beliefs, and attitude towards everyday life will be formed and shaped by society and the people we spend our time with. To that end, we can easily lose our mind to the problems plaguing society today regarding mental health and the like. A new perspective on life is in order, as I like to remind myself an educator brings new perspectives. New perspectives brings understanding. The main lesson that I have learned from the reading and writing about philosophy education is to key of finding peace, tranquility, to transform the mind into a state of no wants and desires, free from passions. The mind will be reformed and become grounded in what matters, that is the truth. Remain in childlike way the world around you. When you acquire education, we learn to gaze into the simple things in life. It just makes us smile. Our thoughts on life determine how happy the life would be. So be mindful about the ideas you choose to believe. Work on making your demon a friend, not a foe. And finally, remember to keep memorable philosophical quotes ready in your mind, as the Stoics from history taught the students to maintain their inner demon, keep it in peace, feed them with good thoughts. I would like to leave you with one of my favorite quotes, what Aurelius has said. Block out imagination, put a curve on impulse, change desire, ensure that your ruling center remains under its control. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this has brought some change, I would say, after listening to this. If you think so, and my content, if it is bringing some change in your life, definitely please consider subscribing and help supporting me, sharing with your friends and families. I hope you have a good day.